Welcome to our channel HD Rare Coin 111, your go-to spot for uncovering the incredible world of rare US coins. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies, nickels, or dimes are worth more than face value, you're about to find out. In today's video, we'll be exploring some truly rare coins and their shocking values. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. So let's jump in. Top 1. The Eisenhower $1 coin, issued in 1971, might seem like just another part of the United States' long history of coinage. But for collectors and coin enthusiasts, this particular coin holds a certain charm that makes it stand out from the crowd. If you've ever wondered whether your Eisenhower $1 coin from 1971 could be worth more than its face value, you're not alone. Many people are surprised to learn just how valuable this coin can be under the right circumstances. The Eisenhower dollar was first minted in 1971 to honor Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, and to replace the larger, but unpopular, peace dollar. This coin's design was chosen after a public competition, and the result was a bold, yet simple, portrayal of Eisenhower on the obverse, with the reverse showcasing the image of the Apollo 11 mission insignia, celebrating the first moon landing in 1969. The combination of historical significance and patriotic symbolism immediately made this coin a standout in U.S. currency history. But what about the 1971 Eisenhower dollar makes it so interesting to collectors today? The answer lies in its unique production and the limited nature of certain variations. Unlike many coins from this era that were produced in the billions, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar wasn't struck in such overwhelming numbers, particularly in certain types. This gives the coin a certain level of rarity that appeals to collectors who are looking for something special in their collection. In 1971, the U.S. Mint produced the Eisenhower dollar in two different compositions, a copper-nickel clad version and a 40% silver version. The vast majority of the 1971 Eisenhower dollars that were minted were copper-nickel clad, which were intended for general circulation. However, the silver version was produced specifically for collectors. These silver versions are particularly valuable due to their precious metal content, which is higher than the usual copper-nickel coins. Let's talk about the coins that are most likely to be valuable. If you come across a 1971 Eisenhower dollar, the first thing to check is the composition. If it's a 40% silver coin, you're already looking at a piece that has more value than the regular copper-nickel coins. Even though the silver content itself doesn't make the coin ultra-valuable, it's still a step up from the copper-nickel version, and collectors often pay a premium for coins made from silver. But there's more to the value of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar than just the material it's made of. For collectors, the condition of the coin is crucial. Like any collectible, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that have been heavily circulated or show significant wear are worth less than those that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition. A well-preserved 1971 Eisenhower dollar, especially one that's free from blemishes, scratches, or discoloration, could command a much higher price than a regular, worn-out coin. The next important factor is the mint mark. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar was minted at 3 different U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins struck in Philadelphia typically do not carry a mint mark, while those struck in Denver carry the D mint mark, and those from San Francisco bear an S mint mark. While these mint marks might not drastically change the value on their own, collectors often look for specific variations. For instance, coins from the San Francisco Mint, which were produced for collectors, may be in better condition due to being specifically set aside for non-circulation. The real excitement comes when you talk about rare variations and minting errors. Over the years, some 1971 Eisenhower dollars were produced with minting errors, which are often highly sought after by collectors. One example of such an error is the D over D mint mark, where a coin was struck with 2 overlapping mint marks. This kind of error can significantly increase the value of the coin, especially if it's in good condition. Other types of error coins might include off-center strikes or double strikes, where the coin was pressed more than once during the minting process, leading to a misalignment of the design. The rarity of these minting errors makes them incredibly valuable to collectors, as they are unique and cannot be replicated. If you happen to find a 1971 Eisenhower dollar with a noticeable minting error, it could easily be worth a lot more than you expect. Beyond minting errors, certain coins simply stand out because of their near-perfect condition or scarcity in particular mint locations. For example, if you were to find a 1971 silver version of the coin, uncirculated and with no signs of wear, this could easily push its value up significantly. Since these coins were primarily made for collectors and not for general circulation, it's not too surprising that the highest value versions of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar are the pristine examples with minimal signs of USE.SO. What can you expect in terms of price for the 1971 Eisenhower dollar? While the copper-nickel version is typically worth only a few dollars, the silver version carries a significantly higher premium due to its precious metal content. However, for rare era coins, uncirculated versions, or coins with unique characteristics, the value can soar. In fact, if you're fortunate enough to find an exceptional 1971 Eisenhower dollar in perfect condition or with a rare minting error, the price can reach up to an impressive $97,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $97,000 for a single coin. It's important to note that the majority of 1971 Eisenhower dollars will not reach such astronomical prices, but the fact that such a high price is possible speaks to the potential hidden value that this coin holds. For collectors, discovering a coin that has both rarity and historical significance is an exciting journey, and the 1971 Eisenhower dollar, with its rich backstory and potential for valuable finds, is an excellent example of how seemingly ordinary coins can hold extraordinary worth. If you come across a 1971 Eisenhower dollar, especially one in pristine condition or with a rare minting error, it's worth having it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These services can give you an official assessment of the coin's value, which can help you better understand its market price. In conclusion, the 1971 Eisenhower $1 coin is more than just a piece of currency. It's a collector's dream and a potential treasure. While many of these coins are still relatively common and only worth a few dollars, the rare versions, especially those made of silver, in excellent condition, or with minting errors, can command truly impressive amounts. If you're fortunate enough to own or find one of these rare gems, you could be holding on to a coin that's worth as much as $97,000. So, the next time you find a 1971 Eisenhower dollar, take a moment to examine it closely. You might just be holding a piece of American history that could be worth a small fortune. Top 2. The Eisenhower $1 coin, introduced in 1971, was a significant moment in U.S. coinage history. Named after Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, this coin was designed to honor his legacy, and it was also the first dollar coin to be issued in the United States since the peace dollar was discontinued in 1935. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar remains a coin of interest for collectors, especially because of its unique features and certain rare variations that make it especially valuable. So, let's dive into the fascinating world of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar and discover why it could be worth far more than you might expect. The design of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is iconic. On the obverse, it features a profile portrait of President Eisenhower, while the reverse showcases the Apollo 11 mission insignia, a nod to the United States' success in landing a man on the moon. This design choice was a testament to the spirit of the era, with both Eisenhower and the Apollo 11 mission symbolizing American achievements. While these coins were minted in large numbers, there are still certain versions of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar that are highly sought after today. First, let's talk about the composition of these coins. There were two main types of Eisenhower dollars produced in 1972. The copper-nickel-clad version, which was released for general circulation, and the 40% silver version, which was struck specifically for collectors. The majority of the 1972 Eisenhower dollars were made from copper-nickel, but the 40% silver coins are the ones that really catch the eye of collectors. The 40% silver version of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is not only more valuable due to its precious metal content, but it also carries a premium because it was produced in smaller quantities. These silver versions were sold primarily through the U.S. Mint's proof sets, making them less common in circulation compared to their copper-nickel counterparts. This scarcity factor, combined with the appeal of the silver content, significantly increases the value of these coins. Now, you might be thinking, why would anyone pay a premium for a 1972 Eisenhower dollar when they were minted so many years ago? The answer is simple: rarity and condition. Like most coins, the value of an Eisenhower dollar from 1972 depends on its condition. A coin that has been heavily circulated, scratched, or worn down is far less valuable than one that is in near-perfect condition. In fact, a coin that shows little to no signs of wear can command a significantly higher price from collectors, especially if it's in the highest possible grade. Coin grading is a critical factor in determining value, and the best way to know the true worth of your 1972 Eisenhower dollar is to have it professionally graded. Coins that are graded as MS-65 or higher, indicating that they are in mint state with no significant wear, tend to fetch higher prices. The more pristine the coin, the more valuable it becomes. This is especially true for coins that have been well preserved, stored away from elements, and never spent in circulation. Another aspect that can significantly increase the value of a 1972 Eisenhower dollar is the presence of a minting error. Minting errors are one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting, and some error coins can be worth a lot of money. For instance, some 1972 Eisenhower dollars were produced with double dies, meaning the coin was struck twice, resulting in a blurry or overlapping image. These types of errors are extremely rare, and collectors are always on the lookout for them. If you happen to come across a 1972 Eisenhower dollar with a double die or other errors, such as off-center strikes or misaligned dies, it could drastically increase the value of your coin. When it comes to mint marks, there are also a few variations worth noting. In 1972, the U.S. Mint produced Eisenhower dollars in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint typically do not carry a mint mark, while those from Denver have a small D mint mark, and those from San Francisco have an S mint mark. While the mint mark doesn't usually play a significant role in the value of a coin, it can be helpful to know where the coin was minted, especially when you're dealing with collector sets or certain variations that were more common at specific mints. If you're wondering just how much a 1972 Eisenhower dollar could be worth today, it's essential to understand that not all of these coins are worth the same. While a regular copper-nickel coin may only be worth a few dollars, the silver versions, especially those in excellent condition, are typically valued higher. The silver content alone gives these coins a base value, but collectors are always willing to pay a premium for coins that are rare, uncirculated, or feature errors. For a well-preserved, uncirculated 1972 Eisenhower dollar, you could expect it to be worth much more than its face value. However, if you have a coin that is both rare and in perfect condition, the value can skyrocket. In some cases, a pristine 40% silver version, especially one with a notable error, has been known to sell for as much as $94,000. Yes, you heard that right, $94,000 for a single coin. This price might sound unbelievable, but it's important to remember that collectors are often willing to pay top dollar for coins that stand out in terms of rarity and condition. Whether it's a coin with an error, one that's in mint condition, or a particularly rare variation, a 1972 Eisenhower dollar has the potential to fetch an impressive sum.so. How can you determine if your 1972 Eisenhower dollar is worth this much? The best advice is to carefully examine the coin for any imperfections or potential minting errors. Check the quality of the coin and see if it's been well preserved. If you believe it might be rare or in great condition, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These services will give you an official grade and a clearer understanding of the value. In conclusion, the 1972 Eisenhower $1 coin holds a special place in the world of coin collecting. Whether you've come across a copper-nickel version or a 40% silver coin, there's no denying that this coin has the potential to be worth much more than its face value. And for the lucky few who find a rare, uncirculated, or error-filled coin, the payoff can be huge. A well-preserved 1972 Eisenhower dollar, particularly one with unique characteristics or minting errors, could very well fetch an incredible price of $94,000. So if you find one of these coins in your collection, or in your pocket change, be sure to take a closer look. It could be the start of your own coin collecting adventure. Top 3. The Eisenhower $1 coin from 1974 is an iconic piece of U.S. history. First minted in 1971, the Eisenhower dollar was introduced to commemorate President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who had passed away in 1969. It also served as a tribute to the Apollo 11 mission, which was a landmark achievement for the United States, marking the first time humans landed on the moon. The 1974 version of the Eisenhower dollar is particularly fascinating to collectors due to its unique characteristics, historical significance, and the potential for substantial value, especially in certain conditions. The design of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar remains one of the most recognizable in U.S. coinage. On the obverse, it features the profile of President Eisenhower, with the inscription, Liberty, above and the year of minting, 1974, beneath. The reverse design is where the real historical significance lies. It showcases the Apollo 11 mission insignia, which features an eagle landing on the moon, along with the inscription, United States of America, and E pluribus unum. This reverse design emphasizes the momentous achievement of the moon landing, making this coin a wonderful representation of both American history and patriotism. Now, let's dive into the value of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar. While this coin was initially struck in large quantities for general circulation, there are certain factors that make some 1974 Eisenhower dollars worth much more than others. For starters, the coin was minted in two primary versions, the standard copper-nickel clad coin and the 40% silver version. The copper-nickel clad coins were produced in large quantities for general circulation, while the silver versions were produced specifically for collectors and sold through the U.S. Mint's special sets. Naturally, the silver coins are much rarer and often carry a higher value due to their precious metal content. Let's take a look at the differences in composition. The copper-nickel version of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar weighs about 22.68 grams, while the silver version weighs slightly more at 24.59 grams due to its 40% silver composition. Even though silver prices fluctuate, the value of these coins is always higher than their copper-nickel counterparts because of the metal content. However, the true value of any 1974 Eisenhower dollar goes beyond its basic metal composition and into its condition, rarity, and any special features it may possess. As with any collectible coin, the condition plays a vital role in determining value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Most 1974 Eisenhower dollars that you come across will likely have been circulated, meaning they'll show signs of wear and tear, such as scratches, fading, or slight dents. These circulated coins will generally not fetch much more than their face value, unless they are the silver version, which will carry a premium due to the precious metal content. However, if you find a coin that is in uncirculated or near mint condition, it could be worth much more. Coins that are graded as MS65 or higher, meaning they have minimal imperfections, can command much higher prices from collectors. A mint state coin, especially one that has been stored in pristine condition, is highly desirable among collectors. The absence of any visible wear is what makes these coins so valuable, as collectors are constantly looking for well-preserved pieces to add to their collections. In addition to its condition, the value of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar can also be influenced by other factors, such as its mint mark and any minting errors it may have. Most 1974 Eisenhower dollars were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and these coins typically have no mint mark. However, there were also coins minted at the Denver Mint, which carry the D mint mark, and at the San Francisco Mint, which carry the S mint mark. Coins with the S mint mark, especially in good condition, can sometimes be more valuable to collectors because they were often part of special proof sets that were not released for general circulation. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is finding coins with minting errors, and the 1974 Eisenhower dollar is no exception. Minting errors, such as double strikes or off-center strikes, can significantly increase the value of a coin. If you happen to find a 1974 Eisenhower dollar with a noticeable minting error, it could be worth a significant amount more than a standard coin. Minting errors are highly sought after because they make the coin unique and rare, which is exactly what collectors are looking for. As with all collectibles, rarity is key to determining the value of a coin, and the 1974 Eisenhower dollar has some rare variations that can command high prices. For example, the silver versions of the coin are less common than their copper-nickel counterparts, which already makes them more valuable. Coins in perfect uncirculated condition or those with errors can fetch even higher prices, sometimes far exceeding what you might expect from a regular coin. But how much could your 1974 Eisenhower dollar be worth? The price of a typical copper-nickel 1974 Eisenhower dollar will be relatively modest, usually only a few dollars over its face value, especially if it's been circulated. However, if you have a 40% silver version of the coin, especially one that is in excellent condition or has a minting error, you could be looking at a much higher price. In fact, some of the rarest and most well-preserved 1974 Eisenhower dollars have sold for as much as $88,000. That's right, $88,000 for a single coin. Of course, not every 1974 Eisenhower dollar will fetch this kind of price, but the fact that it is possible should give you a reason to take a closer look at your coins. If you have one in great condition or with a minting error, it could be worth far more than you think. Professional coin grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can help you assess the value of your coin and provide an official grade, which will help you determine its true worth in the marketplace. In conclusion, the 1974 Eisenhower $1 coin is more than just a piece of U.S. history. It's a potential treasure for coin collectors. While the vast majority of these coins are not worth a great deal, rare versions in excellent condition, especially those that are made of 40% silver or feature minting errors, can command impressive prices. If you happen to own one of these coins, or if you come across a well-preserved 1974 Eisenhower dollar, remember that you could be holding on to a valuable piece of history worth $88,000. So, the next time you find one of these coins, take a closer look. You never know what you might be holding in your hands. Top 4. The Eisenhower $1 coin from 1979 is an intriguing piece of American numismatic history. These coins were first introduced in 1971 to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who served as the 34th President of the United States. His legacy was marked not only by his leadership during World War II but also by his role in the space race, particularly with the Apollo 11 mission, which landed the first humans on the Moon. The 1979 version of this coin stands out among the many Eisenhower dollars minted throughout the 1970s for several reasons, particularly its rarity and the potential for significant value. The design of the 1979 Eisenhower dollar features an image of President Eisenhower on the obverse, surrounded by the inscription, Liberty, and the year of minting. On the reverse side, the coin displays the Apollo 11 mission insignia, a striking depiction of an eagle landing on the Moon, which is a direct reference to the historic Moon landing. The reverse also includes the phrases, United States of America, and E pluribus unum, emphasizing the patriotism and pride that this coin represents. This powerful design has made the 1979 Eisenhower dollar a favorite among collectors and a symbol of American achievement. What truly makes the 1979 Eisenhower dollar special, however, is not just its design, but its composition and the number of coins that were minted. Like other Eisenhower dollars from the 1970s, the 1979 issue was struck in two main compositions, copper-nickel and 40% silver. The vast majority of the coins were produced in copper-nickel, which makes these more common and less valuable, while the 40% silver versions are much rarer and more sought after by collectors due to the intrinsic value of silver. The 40% silver versions were primarily sold in proof and uncirculated sets by the U.S. Mint, meaning these coins were not released into general circulation. Because of their limited availability, silver versions of the 1979 Eisenhower dollar are typically worth more than their copper-nickel counterparts. The silver content in these coins, combined with their relatively low mintage, is what drives up their value in the numismatic market. But even within the silver coin group, some variations can be more valuable than others. One of the key factors in determining the value of any coin, including the 1979 Eisenhower dollar, is its condition. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear, are always more valuable. Most Eisenhower dollars, having been in circulation for decades, will show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, or slight fading. These coins are generally not worth much more than their face value unless they are silver versions. However, if you have a coin that's in mint condition or one that hasn't been circulated much, it could be worth significantly more, especially if it's from the 40% silver group. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for coins that are graded highly. Coins graded as MS65 or higher, mint state, are considered to be in near-perfect condition, showing little to no wear, and these coins can fetch a much higher price than coins in lower grades. The higher the grade, the rarer the coin becomes. A coin that has never been in circulation and has been well preserved over time will often command a premium price, as collectors seek to add flawless examples to their collections. Another factor that can impact the value of a 1979 Eisenhower dollar is the presence of a mint error. Mint errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin's production, leading to a variety of unusual characteristics. These errors can include things like double strikes, misaligned dies, or off-center punches, all of which can make a coin unique and more valuable. If you happen to come across a 1979 Eisenhower dollar with a noticeable minting error, it could be worth far more than a regular coin of the same type. These types of coins are always in demand among collectors because they are seen as one-of-a-kind pieces, and in some cases, errors can increase the value of a coin exponentially. When evaluating the value of a 1979 Eisenhower dollar, it's also important to take note of the mint marks. There were several different mints that produced these coins, including the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint typically do not have a mint mark, while those minted in Denver have a small D mint mark, and those from San Francisco have an S mint mark. While the mint mark may not always play a huge role in determining the value, some collectors prefer coins from specific mints, or may pay a premium for coins from mints that were less common in a given year. Now, you may be wondering just how much a 1979 Eisenhower dollar could be worth. While most of these coins are valued at just a few dollars over face value, particularly the copper-nickel versions, the silver versions are much more valuable. Silver prices can fluctuate, and the value of a 40% silver Eisenhower dollar will rise and fall with the price of silver. However, a well-preserved, uncirculated version of the 1979 Eisenhower dollar, especially the 40% silver variety, can fetch a far higher price from collectors. For a truly rare and pristine example of the 1979 Eisenhower dollar, especially one with a unique minting error, the value can reach astronomical figures. In the right conditions, these coins can be worth significantly more than you would expect from a typical circulating coin. The most sought-after versions of the 1979 Eisenhower dollar have been known to sell for as much as $75,000. Yes, that's $75,000 for a single coin, making this seemingly ordinary dollar coin an exceptional and highly valuable piece of American history. So, if you're wondering whether your 1979 Eisenhower dollar is worth anything more than just $1, it's important to take into consideration its composition, condition, rarity, and any potential minting errors. If you've found a 40% silver version that's in excellent condition, or if you happen to have a coin with a rare minting error, your coin could be worth far more than its face value. In fact, you might be holding a coin worth $75,000, or more, in your hands. The world of coin collecting can be incredibly rewarding, and the 1979 Eisenhower dollar is just one example of how a seemingly simple coin can hold tremendous value. If you have one of these coins in your collection, or if you come across one in your pocket change, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, the 1979 Eisenhower dollar is a perfect example of why coins are more than just currency. They're pieces of history with the potential to become valuable treasures.